Gonzo, for that introduction. I think you did pretty good. Good morning, everyone. Oh, hey, I like that, interactive, okay. To the faculty, staff, families, friends, and of course, the graduating class of 2025. Thank you for having me. It's an honor to be back at AOA, a place that has shaped so much of who I am. And I have to say, it's a little surreal standing up here. I graduated in 2020, which might sound like a lifetime ago to a few of you, but I still classify myself as a baby adult trying to figure life out one day at a time. Actually, speaking of, can I ask a question? When do you officially become an adult? Is it when you turn 18? When you graduate? When you start your first corporate job and pretend to understand the made-up corporate jargon? I used to think adulthood started with a milestone, a birthday, a diploma, maybe your first real job. But one day you just realize it's happening and you're the one in charge of what comes next. Turns out there's no checklist, no switch, just the slow, ongoing journey of becoming. And becoming doesn't happen all at once. It happens in pieces, in pivots, in pauses. In moments when you stop chasing what looks impressive and start noticing what feels true. Now, when I got the call inviting me to speak today, my first thought was, wait, me? I mean, I haven't written a best-selling novel. I don't have an Emmy or a Grammy or a company I started from scratch yet. But maybe that's exactly why I'm supposed to be here. Because I haven't arrived. I'm still in the thick of it. I'm still becoming. And truthfully, we all are. I started college as a political science major, convinced I was going to law school. I mean, I took AP Government with Mrs. Hines, and I was class president twice, so to quote Elle Woods, what, like it's hard? But a few classes in, I realized, yeah, it was hard. Not because of the workload necessarily, but because it just didn't feel like me. I wasn't excited, I wasn't lit up. I was just going through the motions. So I pivoted. I signed up for an intro-level marketing class on a whim. Now, I didn't crush it at first. Now I work in corporate marketing, so the turntables have turned. But I liked how it made me think. It wasn't about getting every single thing right. It was about staying curious. At the same time, I was taking classes in theater, public speaking, and communication. Not because they were a part of some master plan, but because I genuinely loved them. I felt like myself in those rooms. And by my junior year, I pulled those threads together. I created a self-design major in public relations and digital marketing, and added theater as a second. Not to impress anyone, just because it made sense for me. After all that, graduating, landing a job, stepping into the adult chapter, I kept waiting for that I've made it feeling. You know, that moment when you finally feel grown, but it never showed up. Instead, I found myself asking, well, now what? Because that's the thing no one tells you. Even when you've done all the right things, even when you cross that final finish line, you eventually have to start at the beginning again. And look, I'm only 23. I know, I've barely scratched the surface. But I've quickly learned this. Your life will change again and again and again. Your priorities, your needs, they'll shift as you do. And as you grow and accomplish things, you'll have to make space for what comes next. Because becoming isn't a one-time thing. It's not a destination. It's a rhythm. A cycle of noticing what's changing and giving yourself permission to change with it. And class of 2025, that's exactly where you're at right now. Now, graduating from a place like AOA, that's a big deal. The hours of studying, the early mornings, the packed schedules, and yes, even starting your high school journey socially distanced. None of that was easy, but you showed up, you adapted, you kept going, and now you've made it to this moment. AOA sets a high bar. There's a legacy here, a standard, and maybe a little pressure to go out and do something impressive. But You don't have to wait to be impressive. You already are. Not because of what's next, but because of everything it took to get here. And beyond today, yes, your resume and your achievements will open doors, so make sure to do your internships. But what kind of life are you building once you walk through them? One that fills you up, that feels like you? That part takes time. So enjoy the process of figuring it out, of being a work in progress. Let go of the expectations and the pressure to have everything mapped out. And instead, stay open to the possibilities you haven't even imagined yet. Some of the most meaningful parts of life won't be the ones you planned. They'll happen when you release expectations and let life surprise you. So, as you step into this new beginning, keep showing up with curiosity, courage, and heart. And I promise you, you'll find your way. Now, like I said, coming back to speak means a lot to me, not just because I once sat exactly where you're sitting, but because this place made me who I am. And part of my journey has been looking back with gratitude and finding ways to give back to the people and places that shaped me the most. You've already begun doing that here, in classrooms and on stages, on sports fields and in quiet moments with friends. You've made your mark. And you might not fully recognize it yet, maybe not until you step into your very own baby adult chapter, but AOA has shaped you too. And as alumni, you'll carry that with you into everything you do, with pride, and a new opportunity to make a difference wherever you go. And who knows, maybe one day you'll find yourself right back here, pouring into this next class with the same passion and heart you once poured into these halls. AOA will always be a part of your story, and now you're part of its legacy. So, take this with you. Be proud of who you've been, curious about who you're becoming, and kind to yourself in the in-between. Class of 2025, thank you for letting me share this moment with you. Congratulations, and truly, I can't wait to see all that you become. Thank you so much.